Our members, please find your seats. Guests, find a seat in the gallery. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our recess meeting of Will County Board for July 20, 2017. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Would everyone please stand? County Board Member Mark Perry will lead us in the pledge this morning and then introduce our pastor, Herb Brooks Sr. for the invocation. Mr. Perry.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm honored this morning to introduce my colleague and good friend, Reverend Herb Brooks, Jr., St. John Missionary Baptist Church of Joliet. Herb has been pastor of St. John since May of 1990. Herb and his wife, Gwen, have been married since November 1st of 1974. And they are the parents of 5 children and 9 grandchildren. Pastor Brooks is a graduate of LaSalle University of Chicago with a bachelor's degree in business and John Marshall Law School with a certificate of completion in social law, Chicago. Reverend Brooks.
Thank you, Mark. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As many of you all may or may not know, today was Don Moran's turn to do the Pledge of Allegiance. But if you may not know, he's at home recuperating. He got out of the hospital yesterday, so keep him in your prayers as well. Shall we pray? Gracious Father, we thank you, Lord, for another day of Will County government. Your word recorded in Isaiah 9 and verse number 6, unto us a child is born, and the government shall be upon his shoulders. It is this Will County form of government that is upon the shoulders we're praying for today, our executive as well as our legislative body. We ask your blessings upon all the residents of Will County. We ask you to give us your traveling grace as we prepare to go to NACO on today. Bless each and every one of the commissioners and everyone that makes up Will County government. In our Lord's name we pray. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Sure. Mayor?
Here.
Brooks?
Here.
Ogalla? Here. Summers? Here. Singer? Here. Moran? Rice? Here. Harris?
Here.
Trinier? Here. Benefield?
Here.
Fritz?
Present.
Gould? Lotello? Here. Balich?
Here.
Grizzlone?
Here.
Winfrey? Here. Parker? Here. Staley Ferry? Here. Dollinger? Here. Markham?
Here.
Hart? Yes. Tucanello?
Here.
Weigel? Here. Ferry?
Here.
Corlitis?
Here.
And Eustace.
Here.
Thank you.
24 present, 2 absent.
24 present, 2 absent. We do have a quorum. Entertain a motion to place on file the certificate of publication. Moved by Ms. Trinier, seconded by Mr. Markham. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Sure. Mayor?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Ogalla.
Yes.
Summers.
Yes.
Singer.
Yes.
Rice.
Yes.
Garris.
Yes.
Trinier.
Yes.
Benefield.
Yes.
Fritz.
Yes.
Militello.
Yes.
Balich.
Yes.
Frizzlone.
Yes.
Winfrey.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Staley Ferry.
Yes.
Dollinger.
Yes.
Markham.
Yes.
Hart.
Yes.
Tumanello.
Yes.
Weigel.
Yes.
Berry.
Yes.
Colitis.
Yes.
And Eustace.
Sure.
Thank you.
24 affirmative.
24 affirmative, motion is approved. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the Will County Regular Board regular meeting on June 15, 2017. Motion by Ms. Parker, second by Ms. Dollinger. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Summers, second by Ms. Winfrey. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried. Madam Clerk, would you please acknowledge the elected officials and media that's present this morning?
Sure. County Clerk Nancy Schultz Boots, our County Executive Larry Walsh, Recorder of Deeds Karen Stuckel, our Sheriff Mike Kelly, State's Attorney James Glasgow, and we have our Chief Judge with us this morning, Richard Shainstead. Welcome. Media, we have Southtown Susan Lafferty, Herald News Mike Mallory, and Times Weekly Brockstein. Welcome and good morning.
Good morning, everyone. So, next up, honorary resolutions and proclamations. If County Board Member Darren Benefield, please come to the podium to recognize a long-time employee on his retirement.
Good morning, thank you, Mr. Executive. It's my privilege this morning to have the opportunity to present this certificate of appreciation to Mr. Jerry Nudera. Jerry was hired on as a deputy 28 years ago. He was promoted to sergeant, lieutenant, worked his way to deputy chief. Under the previous administration, Jerry worked as the undersheriff for nearly a year. And on this day, I just want to read off a little information about Jerry, and or at least provide him with this certificate of appreciation. May it be known, Jerry, thanks for coming up. May it be known that this certificate has been presented to Jerry Nudera for over 28 years of service, dedicated service to the citizens of Will County and the Will County Sheriff's Department. It's presented on this, the 20th day of July, 2017. Jerry, thank you very much for your service. Thank you.
Time flies when you're having fun. It's hard to believe that I've been in this career as long as I have, but I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed every day of it. It's been a pleasure to work for the county. It's been a pleasure to work with the people I've worked with. Thank you so much for this honor.
Next up is recognition of Maxwell Martin on achieving Eagle Scout. Will be read into the record by Corey Singer from his desk. Mr. Singer.
Good morning, Mr. Walsh and members of the board. It's a pleasure of mine to read this for Max, or Maxwell, but for Max in particular, because I had the pleasure of being involved with Cub Scout troop in Frankfurt for an awful long time, and this is to achieve this level, as we all know, takes a remarkable amount of focus for someone as young as a high school aged scout, and this is why universities and employers and all that tend to look at people who reach the rank of Eagle Scout as a better prospect for their company or institution or whatever, because it just takes such a remarkable focus to achieve it. But with that, whereas Maxwell, or Max Martin, is a senior at Lincoln Way East High School and a member of Frankfurt Troop 270 Rainbow Council, which meets at the Frankfurt Fire Station. By the way, a little shout out to them. They've been wonderful for us and let us tear up their firehouse every time we show up. Whereas Maxwell has held many leadership positions within the troop, including assistant senior patrol leader and senior patrol leader, and whereas Max attended National Youth Leadership Training, which is a program to provide members with leadership skills and experience they can use in their home troops and other situations, demanding leadership of themselves and others. And whereas Max is a member of the Order of Arrow, the Scout Honor Society, and has earned 33 merit badges during his scouting. And whereas outside of Scouts, Max has been involved by participating in the music program at Lincoln Way East, including vocal, jazz, madrigal, and choir, and has teaching himself to play piano and guitar. And whereas his Eagle Scout project, Max designed and built shelving in the Lincoln Way East High School band room to store speakers and other equipment used by the band program. And whereas Max, through much hard work and dedication, has soared to the distinction of Eagle Scout, now therefore be it resolved that Will County Board Member Jim Eustace and myself hereby congratulate Max on his achievement of Eagle Scout rank. And be it further resolved that the Court of Honor for Eagle Scout Max Martin is to be held, or was held, on July 16, 2017 at the Frankfurt Fire Station, Frankfurt, Illinois. Adopted by the County Board this 20th day of July, and I so move.
Second by Mr. Singer, second by Mr. Eustace. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Carried, motion is carried.
Thank you. Congratulations, Max.
Thank you very much, Mr. Singer. Moving on. All resolutions approved at the June 15, 2017 County Board meeting have been signed by the County Executive. Moving on to our first committee, Land Use and Development Committee, Mr. Weigel, Chairman.
Good morning, everyone. We don't have any items of business today to bring forward. I do have one announcement concerning an award that Will County Land Use Department has received. It's Solar Smart Designated Community, the first community in the state of Illinois. This award and program is funded by the Department of Energy. It's designed to cut red tape for homeowners and businesses that want to get into the solar use of solar on their homes or business. And this award is going to be announced at the NACO conference on Sunday. It's an award by NACO. So I'd like to congratulate the Land Use Department on this award. Our next meeting will be the second Tuesday in August. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Weigel. Next up, Finance Committee, Mr. Frizzlone, Chairman.
Good morning, Will County.
Good morning, Michael.
I have some financial reports to be placed on file. First, we have a report from the Illinois Department of Revenue showing sales tax remitted to Will County for the month of April 2017 to be $1,567,597.43. And the RTA tax received is $1,835,163.85. for a total of $3,402,761.28. And also have the monthly treasurer report dated May 31st for Will County Treasurer. I have the quarterly financial report for the 6 months ending May 31st from the Will County Auditor. I have the Will County Comprehensive Annual Financial Report as of the fiscal year ended November 30th. I have the fiscal year 2016 annual financial report from the State of Illinois Comptroller, and I have the Regional Transportation Authority and Service Board Special Purpose combining financial statements year ended December 31st, 2016. And I'd like to move to put all those reports on file.
Moved by Mr. Weigel, or Mr. Frizzlone, second by Mr. Weigel. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Carried, motion has carried.
Next, we have Resolution 17-160, transferring and appropriating cash into Fund 314 bond proceeds, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Frizzlone, second by Mr. Singer. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Trenier, second by Ms. Rice. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
17-161, increasing appropriations in the Sheriff's fiscal year 2017 truck weight scale account budget, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Frislow, seconded by Mr. Perry. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Parker, second by Ms. Dollinger. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary motion is carried.
We have Resolution 17-162, appropriating grant funds in the Health Department budget for fiscal year 17 tobacco control and prevention grant. I so move.
Moved by Mr. Frislow, second by Mr. Ballage. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll. Previous roll by Mr. Mayor, second by Mr. Brooks. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary motion is carried.
Resolution 17-163, appropriating grant funds in the Health Department budget for fiscal year 17 teen pregnancy prevention grant. And I so move.
Moved by Mr. Frislow, second by Ms. O'Gall. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Fritz, second by Mr. Tumanello. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary motion is carried.
And I have 17-164, authorizing the county executive to execute necessary documents for delinquent tax program, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Frislow, second by Ms. Hart. Any question? Any question? Previous roll by Ms. Summer, second by Mr. Harris. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary motion is carried.
Before I conclude my report, I'd just like to give a little recap of my visit to Washington, D.C. last week. I was given the honor and privilege to represent Will County and NACO at a congressional briefing in defense of the SALT reduction. It was sponsored by NACO and the National League of Cities. Participants beside myself was the mayor from Alexandria, Virginia, the mayor from Gordonsville, Virginia, and the director of finance from a town in Ohio. The SALT taxes are state and local taxes, which include your real estate taxes. Under the current tax reform being proposed, that would be eliminated from your federal deductions when you itemize. The downside of that, especially for Illinois, is our state tax, which we all know just went up 32%, and our real estate taxes, which are generally higher than most other states, would be eliminated from your itemized deductions. But what this will also do is may not allow you to reach the level to itemize at all, which means your mortgage interest and your charitable deductions would not be deductible as well. So we were given 5 minutes each to give a speech in defense of keeping this deduction, and then all of the congressional staff that was there were allowed to ask us questions, which I got a few plugs in for Will County and what we're doing and how we think that that would hurt our housing development in the future. I think it went very well. Hopefully all that information went back to each congressman, and we, I think, at Finance next month, we want to bring a resolution forward in support or in defense of keeping the SALT tax, which actually was one of the first 6 deductions that were included in the 1913 income tax law. When we got back to the NACO offices, I was also given a brief script to read so that they can use, and was sent out to all of the counties that are members of NACO. And it was a little bit of what we were doing out there, and also promo for the national annual convention that many of us are going to today. Michael, if you could play that, it's a minute long.
Hello, my name is Mike Frizzalone, and I'm an elected county board member from Will County, Illinois. I'm in Washington representing NACO today at a congressional briefing on the importance of state and local tax deduction. NACO joined with other state and local government groups to explain the importance and impact of repealing this deduction. A new report released today shows the significant amount of double taxation that would hit our residents in every county across the country if the deduction were repealed. This could put downward pressure on counties to adjust our taxes and impact the vital services we provide, including 911 emergency services, road and bridge repairs, and economic development. We commend Congress on the efforts to enact comprehensive tax reform, and we know it's hard, but we urge lawmakers not to balance this effort on the backs of state and local governments, and to maintain this deduction that has stood since the tax code was founded in 1913. We're looking forward to talking more about this and many other issues of relevance to counties at our annual conference in Franklin County, Ohio, July 21st to the 24th. We hope to see you there.
Okay. And lastly, as you all know, I like to watch every dollar in our budget. NACO paid for the entire trip, so there's no cost to our county. Thanks again. Our next meeting is going to be August 1st at 10 a.m. See you there.
Thank you, Mike. Fine report. Next up, Judicial Committee, Mr. Benefield, Chairman.
Good morning, Mr. Executive, fellow board members. We just have one item on the agenda today, and that's item 17-169, renewing the contract for food services for River Valley Juvenile Center with the Aramark Correctional Services, and I so move.
Excuse me, Karen, I skipped over Public Works Committee. Let's back up.
But I was right there with you.
You were right on. I apologize. We'll move to Public Works and Transportation Committee. Today, Tom Weigel, Vice Chairman, will handle the committee.
We have 4 items today. Resolution 17-165, confirming award of contract for deconstruction for Creek Money Road, from Old Money Road to Route 1 in County Board District 1. Make a motion for approval.
Moved by Mr. Weigel, second by Ms. Summers. Any questions? Any questions?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Previous roll by Ms. Ogala, second by Mr. Valley. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Second item, 17-166, is for that same road to approve $900,000 in funding, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Weigel, second by Ms. Summers. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Ogala, second by Ms. Melitello. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion is carried.
Item 3 is resolution 17-167, confirming award of contract for deconstruction for $211,000, led on June 21st for Washington Road District Overlay in County Board District 1, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Weigel, second by Ms. Ogala. Previous roll by Ms. Summers, second by Mr. Markham. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next resolution, 17-168, awarded contract to Tri-State Asphalt of $38,000 for Will Road District in County Board District 1. I so move.
Moved by Mr. Weigel, second by Ms. Ogala. Anyone, any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Summers, second by Mr. Harris. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Looks like County Board District 1 got everything this time. Our next meeting will be August 1st. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Now, back to the Judicial Committee, Mr. Benefield, Chairman.
Thank you again, Mr. Executive, and fellow board members. Not many times I get to speak twice in front of in one meeting, so
Try it. So
yeah. We've got one item today to cover, and that's item 17-169. It's renewing the contract for food services for River Valley Juvenile Center with Aramark Correctional Services. And I so move.
Moved by Mr. Benefield, second by Ms. Fritz. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Parker, second by Ms. Rice. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
The next Judicial Committee meeting is scheduled for August 1st at 9 a.m. and we hope to see you there.
Thank you very much, Sharon. Next up, Public Health and Safety Committee, Ms. Ogala, Chairperson.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Judy.
I have 2 items on the agenda today. First is Resolution 17-170. It's an award bid for diabetic supplies for Sunny Hill Nursing Home, and I so move.
Moved by Ms. Ogala, second by Ms. Dollinger. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Winfrey, second by Ms. Lauren Staley. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion is carried.
Second is Resolution 17-171, authorizing the county executive to enter into fiscal year 18 Illinois Prevent Prescription Overdose-related Deaths Uniform Grant Agreement, and I so move.
Moved by Ms. Nogales, second by Ms. Dollinger. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Rice, second by Ms. Summers. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary motion has carried.
Additionally, I've asked, I want to give a little highlight of what happened at Public Health and Safety Committee. We were able to introduce our new executive director, Becky Hellerson, which is back there somewhere, sitting there, she is in the back. It was nice to have her come forward and introduce herself to the committee. Some people had met her, but this way she had an opportunity to get to know members a little bit more. I also asked her to provide important updates that people should know from what's going on at Sunny Hill. So I'm happy to report the following, that Sunny Hill has received a 5-star rating from the National Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, which put it in the top 10% of nursing homes in the state of Illinois. So it's really a big achievement, and Dad has been working with, since Karen Severo was there, and Becky Rosen, and all the staff that does a really great job at doing the best they can to provide for our residents in the nursing home. So I just want to say congratulations to the nursing home for achieving that. Another thing that I have asked, and I feel we're very fortunate to have Dr. Kathleen Burke with us, because she is really leading the efforts in Will County here with our opioid problem. And so she comes before the committee every month and gives us an update of what she's doing each month. That's really great, because then if you attend the committee or you're watching the committee meeting, you can see where those grant dollars are getting spent. You're going to hear about it, because she's going to tell us what she's doing every single month. So I think that's very good, and I look forward to ending these tests by what we're doing. Hopefully we'll be able to shrink that down. So that's what my report for today. The next Public Health and Safety Committee meeting is scheduled for August 3rd at 9 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Judy. Next up, Legislative and Policy Committee, Ms. Hart, Chairperson.
Thank you. Good morning,
Good morning,
Executive and County Board. Okay, so I'm a little giddy. As everyone knows, I'm very excited about our NACO trip coming up here today. On the legislative part, we did not have a meeting this month. I don't want to rehash kind of where good, bad, or indifferent what happened in Springfield and what's going on in DC, but we have a lot going on here in Will County. We did not meet, but we've had a few conference calls, and as we were just talking about with the opiates, thank you for getting on the call with the HHS, as well with Nick Palmer and Raven Freitag. So a lot going on, and some opportunities for some grants and some dollars here in the near future. We have that. We have another call on next week. So it's still a lot of things that have been a lot of moving parts. I also want to put out back to the NACO, sort of back here, is in transportation, we will go once again bring out the 2 resolutions that we had in front in DC at the legislative conference. And unfortunately, Don Moran, who had rolled out these resolutions, he will not be doing it, so Speaker Mustis will. It was for the remote tower that we will have for the traffic control, the pilot program, and the small community air service development program. So Will County has been championing those as well in NACO. Big kudos to our finance chair, Mike Frislone, of going down to DC, rolling out this incredibly important matter that not only for Will County but for the whole nation. I also have to say thank you, Mike. Mike comes to probably regularly to our legislative meetings, and this is what I've been trying to encourage from the very beginning of any of these committees and that is going on in Will County. I would like for everyone to. Legislation touches every single one of our committees that sits in the county. So we just need to kind of work together and exhibit A. So I appreciate it. Our next meeting will be August 8th. And see, now I would like to have everyone just come and we could all just talk and we'll be able to recap on what we're doing in NACO. So everyone who's coming, please take notes because I would like to go and do a full rollout. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Capital Improvement Committee, Mr. Tumanello, Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Executive. Good morning, board members. I only have one item on my Agenda 17-172, authorizing the county executive to execute an amendment to the countywide radio tower site lease agreement, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Tumanello, second by Ms. Fritz. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Winfrey, second by Mr. Markham. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Thank you. Our next capital improvements committee meeting is scheduled for August 1st at 11 a.m. Concludes my
Thank you, Ray. Next up is our executive committee, Mr. Mustis, chairman.
Good morning, Mr. Executive.
Good morning, Jim.
County Board. First, I would like to make a motion to go into a public hearing for amending the liquor control ordinance to reflect decreased total of number of licenses to 57 to reflect the current number of active licenses, and also add language that the county executive will report to the county board when a license is relinquished, so we may consider whether the number of licenses should be adjusted. So I'll make a motion to go into the public hearing.
Moved by Mr. Minister, second by Mr. Mayor. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Sure. Mayor?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
O'Gallo?
Yes.
Summers?
Yes.
Singer?
Yes.
Rice?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Trinier?
Yes.
Benefield?
Yes.
Fritz?
Yes.
Militello?
Yes.
Balch?
Yes.
Griswold?
Yes.
Winfrey?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Staley Ferry?
Yes.
Dollinger?
Yes.
Markham?
Yes.
Hart? Hart?
Ms. Hart?
Chiminello?
Yes.
Weigel?
Yes.
Ferry?
Yes.
Colitis?
Yes.
And Eustace.
Yes.
Thank you.
24 affirmative.
24 affirmative. We are in public hearing. Mr. Mustis.
Well, here again, the two changes would be to reduce the current number of licenses down to the active number of licenses, and to then add language that would require the county executive, who is also the liquor commissioner of Will County, to report to the county board when licenses relinquished. For example, in this current case, where we're reduced by one, the license didn't go away. It went into municipality. So the license is still there, it's just under a different jurisdiction. I also believe that this is a method that's not uncommon. Many municipalities use this method. It does then require someone who's applying for a liquor license to come back to request of the county board to increase the licenses by one, which in my view gives a much more transparent way of moving forward. Not only is the county board informed, but the community is informed, and if they want to give comment on issuing a license in their area, they're able to do so. So I do think it brings some transparency to the issuance of licenses. That's probably all I really want to mention. I mean, I don't know if the state's attorney's office has any comments, or if Mr. Harvey has any comments from your office, Mr. Executive. But I think that pretty much sums up the changes.
Any comments? Any comments from the county board? Any comments from the county board? Anyone in the public, which, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, I just wanted to reaffirm what Mr. Manta says, and working with the Liquor Commission up in Naperville, licenses when they go away, or somebody wants to increase it, it comes before the Liquor Commission, but then it always goes before the legislative branch or the city council to get passed. So I think this kind of just brings it into the same legislative process that happens around the county and the state of Illinois already.
Anyone want to add any comment? Madam Clerk, Mr.
I'll make a motion then, Mr. Executive, to allow the public hearing.
Moved by Mr. and second by Mr. Singer. Call the roll.
Sure. Mayor?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
O'Gallo?
Yes.
Summers?
Yes.
Singer?
Yes.
Rice?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Trinier?
Yes.
Benefield?
Yes.
Fritz?
Yes.
Militello?
Yes.
Balch?
Yes.
Griswold?
Yes.
Winfrey?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Staley Ferry?
Yes.
Dollinger?
Yes.
Markham?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Chiminello?
Yes.
Weigel?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes.
Brulitis?
Yes.
And Eustace?
Yes.
Thank you.
24 affirmative.
24% affirmative. We are out of public hearing. Continue, Mr. Eustace.
Okay, I'll make a motion to amend the chapter 110 of the liquor ordinance, and I'll move to do so.
Second by Mr. Eustace, second by Mr. Mayor. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Brooks, second by Ms. Winfrey. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion is carried.
Next, I have Resolution 17174, authorizing agreement for installation of a traffic signal on Weber Road. Mr. Executive, before I make a motion, I understand there is 2 speakers on update.
There's 2 speakers signed up.
Okay, you do have that.
Only if they need to be, if there's any questions for it. Mr. Kavanaugh and Mr. Reed are here. If anybody has any questions for them, then they would like to come forward. Okay. Otherwise, we don't need to suspend the rules. So, thank you.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve 17174.
Moved by Mr. Eustace, second by Mr. Singer. Any questions? Is there any questions? Previous roll? Previous roll?
Previous roll.
By Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, previous.
Second by Mr. Singer. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary? Motion has carried.
Resolution. Next, I have Resolution 17175, authorizing renewal of contract with the Ultra Avaya for maintenance. Also moved.
Moved by Mr. Eustace, second by Ms. Rice. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Parker, second by Ms. Dollinger. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next, I have Resolution 176, declaring sheriff seized vehicles and authorizing disposal. Also moved.
Moved by Mr. Eustace, second by Ms. Winfrey. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Harris, second by Ms. Melatello. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion is carried.
Next, we have Resolution 177, adopting the action plan for the CDBG home and ESG grant programs from October 1st, 2017 to September 30th, 2018, and also moved.
Moved by Mr. Eustace, second by Mr. Brooks. Any questions? Any questions? Question, Ms. Trainier?
Yes, it was brought up in our caucus meeting this morning that there was some discussion about possibly doing a study of the rental housing in unincorporated Will County and just the status of that, the number of houses, the condition they're in, and so on and so forth. And I understand that there's not going to be a motion made this morning, but I just wanted to get it on the record that I was in favor of that. And I can't wait to see what we're going to do outside of the current motion that's on the floor.
Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Seeing none. Previous roll made by Mr. Mayor, second by Mr. Frizzalone. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary? Motion has carried.
Next, I have Resolution 17178, replacement hires for the Division of Transportation, also moved.
Moved by Mr. Eustace, second by Mr. Singer. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Question?
Bless them.
Too much conversation up here. Previous roll by Mr. Ferry, second by Ms. Summers. All in favor say aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next, we have Resolution 17179, replacement hires for the Animal Control Department, and also moved.
Moved by Mr. Eustace, second by Ms. Parker. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Staley Ferry, second by Ms. Rice. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
The next meeting of the Executive Committee will be August 3rd at 10 a.m. And next, I'll make a motion to approve the appointments of the county executive.
Moved by Mr. Musil, second by Mr. Brooks. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Markham, second by Ms. Parker. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
The other thing I'd like to mention, Mr. Executive, is that there will be a need for executive session
Yes.
at the end of the meeting, so everybody please stay put.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Next up, public comment. Does anyone from the public wish to address this board? Anyone from the public? Anyone from the public wishing to address the board? Comments by county board members. Ms. O'Gala.
Thank you. I just wanted to make a comment. Unfortunately, last month I was not able to attend our county board meeting due to a family illness. And this was in regards to the hiring of Ann Schneider for the freight transportation. I was quite upset with the fact that there wasn't any meeting out in Eastern Will County. And Lori Summers and I worked pretty close together, and we felt that we definitely needed. And a reporter then looked into it to find out that there wasn't really a meeting scheduled. So I felt it was premature in hiring her and approving the hire of her before we actually saw the draft. I think that, I don't know how we can hire somebody after you see the draft for them to go on. That was my point. And also with the disregard for Eastern Will County, somebody had to drive nearly an hour to get to New Lenox. So I think we should have had a meeting out there. But I was fortunate just this month to be here when there was a brief overview of the draft. And I was able to sit in on that meeting, and I did like what I heard and saw. And I'm very confident that as the draft is presented to Will County residents, that a meeting will be scheduled for Eastern Will County so that out in our area, they will be able to have a first-hand view of it. I looked at the map to see the top-tier projects, and with all that's happening in Eastern Will County with Amazon, the possible CSX terminal happening, I didn't see enough projects on the map for potential freight impact that would happen out there should CSX move forward. And I think that if we get more input from our residents in Eastern Will County, we'll see something come up on that map. Even though CSX is tentative, put it on the map, say where do we want a traffic pattern to go. So I just wanted everyone to know that I think it was important to hear why I was going to vote no, and also that I'm going to make sure, and Lori will be joining me to make sure that we have a meeting scheduled for Eastern Will County so that our residents can have a first-hand view of the draft without having to drive about an hour to a meeting. That's all.
Thank you very much. Mr. Musil?
Yeah, long as Ms. O'Gala has brought this up, I think the intention is that we will put a summary together of the current study once it's adopted. And every county board district will give you the information, will give you the bullet points, will give you speaking points, will give you maps that may be specific to your area, and you'll have the opportunity to hold a public forum for your residents. And that responsibility will fall on the county board members to do that. But we will certainly try to have all the materials for you so you can do it. So, secondly, and I understand Ms. O'Gala's concerns about Eastern Will County, but I do want to say that the draft does say that if these developments take place in Eastern Will County, and they mention CSX, they mention the airport, Amazon's already a given. So they say if those projects go forward, there will have to be adjustments made to the study or to the freight plan to address that. So I do think it's acknowledged that things in Eastern Will County certainly could change, and they could change rapidly. So don't want anybody to give the impression that we didn't, it wasn't considered. It certainly was. So as we move forward, I will get the draft, you'll be able to review it. Once we adopt it, we'll give you the tools to go out to your districts to give presentations. And we'll give you any other support we really can. Maybe we can give some additional support out of the highway or something also, but I don't want to commit anybody at this point. So, all right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other county board members wish to speak? Ms. Park.
I just wanted to say I'm very happy to have passed the CDBG funding, and a little over $1 million will revitalize the Fairmont community for some much needed housing and drainage projects. I want to say thank you to all who's involved, and I hope there'll be more to come.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ms. Dollinger.
Good morning, board members. I just want to say thank you for the vote of confidence that you did today in appointing me to the Workforce Investment Board. I look forward to the opportunity to contribute to the efforts that the board is making and improving the employment opportunities for the people here in Will County. So thank you.
Thank you. Very nice. Mr. Tumanello.
Thank you. I just wanted to personally say thank you to my entire Will County family. As many of you know, all of you know, my uncle suddenly lost his life last month. At 40 years old, he lost his only son at 17 years old to a heart condition. I was 12 at the time. My first cousin passed. For the next 34 years, I would become his adopted son. This was a very difficult time in my life to go through, watching a man that I was so close to pass. And I just wanted to really say thank you, because it takes a family. And when I look at everybody, we may have our differences and we may have our disagreements on items, but when a family hurts, you know, they stick together. And I saw many of you at the wake, sending things to my house, calling, texting, going through the Facebook. It really helped me through a very difficult time, and I just wanted to personally say thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Any other speakers? Any other speakers? Seeing none, comments by the majority leader, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Executive. I just want to thank everybody in our caucus for all the hard work that they've done. You know, this might have been a short agenda. We may actually get out before 10:30 so that these guys can take off to NACO, all the folks who are going here, and also the folks on the other side of the aisle. You guys should really, this NACO, I've been to NACO on several occasions over the last 15 years, and it's a real good opportunity to learn from folks around the country, not only the things that they're doing right, but also taking a look at those things that they haven't done so well on and making adjustments. So sometimes it's not just looking at the good things that people are doing, but what are some of the pitfalls that they've gone through so we don't, you know, go and recreate the same problems. Also, I think it's really great that Sunny Hill won that award. You know, having just recently lost a mother-in-law and having been with her in nursing homes, private nursing homes, to have a public nursing home that is ranked that high in the state is a testament to this board and to our folks at Sunny Hill and all the hard work that they do to help the citizens here of Will County in their twilight of their life. So I really appreciate my heart and hat goes off to those guys. And then the Cubs swept the Braves.
What, 6 in a row? Yeah.
Wow, well, just to go in and do it, this is like amazing. So I told Jim I'd let him have the fact that the Sox.
He's an Atlanta Braves fan.
Yeah, no, actually I grew up in Atlanta and I am a Braves fan. I saw Aaron hit 700, and so it's nice to go in and see the Cubs maybe going for a repeat, because this would truly be a Chicago win with that guy coming over from the Sox. So with that, I hope that you guys have
give him a jump start.
So I hope the rest of the year goes well, and the summer goes well for everybody. Thank you, Mr. Executive.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Next up,
You said you weren't going to talk. Can you do that?
That's hard. That's hard to top. Thank you, Mr. Executive. Just want to say congratulations, Jerry Nudera, on your retirement. Everybody that's going to NACO, have a safe trip. Those of you that are not going, try to have fun anyway. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, our county board speaker, Mr. Musto.
Well, I'll be brief also. I always like to mention when we have an Eagle Scout presentation, this reminds me and confirms what great youth we do have in this county, and how fortunate we are of many of our youth who are really achievers. The majority really are, who work hard and try to be the best they can be. So I always like to take a little pride in that, especially when there's somebody's coming from Frankfurt. So Max, once again, congratulations. Mr. Frizzalone mentioned he was out of Washington, and he talked about the deductions for local taxes and the fact that they may want to take those away. He also mentioned that it was one of the very first things. It was the first deductions. Those were the first deductions ever put in the tax code from the very beginning. They've been in the tax code. And the reason is that Congress then, and the federal government then, was very conscious of double taxation. And in essence, when you don't get the deduction, it is double taxation. So that's one of the reasons it's in there. So there is a little more to it that is part of the foundation. So I don't know if our Congress people have actually opposed this. I'm glad we might consider doing a resolution. For those of you who have relationships with your congressman, give a call and tell them, I think this is something that is a foundation of our taxing policies in this country. So, having said that, I see that Trump are starting to be good for them. Stocks are going the other way, but we got youth on our side. The white side, Larry, we're going to have youth on our side, right? So hopefully we're still around to see it. Work for many other teams, hopefully it'll work for the Sox. Everyone, thanks for all your hard work all month long. Have a great rest of the month, and we'll see you all in August. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Musto. All the board members, please stick around. We are going to go into executive session because of probable litigation. So anyway,
I'll make that motion.
Make that motion.
I'll make it go to executive session.
No, moved by Mr. Musto, second by Mr. Mayor. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Mayor? Yes. Brooks?
Yes.
Gallo?
Yes.
Summers?
Yes.
Singer?
Yes.
Rice? Harris?
Yes.
Grenier? Benefield? Fritz?
Yes.
Vitello? Malich?
Yes.
Griswold?
Yes.
Winfrey?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Staley Perry?
Yes.
Dollinger?
Yes.
Markham?
Yes.
Hart? Tumanello? Michael? Perry?
Yes.
Colagas?